Good morning. As you can see in the title of the video, we need to ask a question and we need to address something that is going on sometimes on a daily basis. G-Rock, good morning, my man. Thank you for tuning in, logging in. It's not going to be a long video. Good morning, Denise. Thank you for tuning in. But we need to ask a serious question. It's no secret that for years, and I'm sorry if what up? I caught the end of one message there. I apologize if, Alan on the spot. Morning. Good morning, Nate. Thank you for tuning in. G-Rock. Yeah. Yo. So check it out, guys. Let me go right into this. Good morning, Cyril. Good morning, my brother. Love you, my man. Real quick. So if I don't acknowledge some comments, I apologize ahead of time. Just really want to flow right into this. I'll try to catch some as they pop up on the screen. It's no secret that for years, me and my family, specifically my children, my minor children, we should add, have been targeted, have been threatened. What's good, Tony from the UK? Everything okay, mate? Well, we're going to get into that, Tony. Love when I get the fans all over, but when you get somebody from across the pond, it just shows you, how much is DC. What's good, DC? Got DC in the house. It just shows you how much, how many eyes are on this, which leads me, how many people are watching, my videos and following me. What's good, Robert? Davy V 2020, my man. Robert from North Carolina. Rally's in the house. So again, it's no secret that for years, me and my family have been targeted through threats, through stalkers, through harassing behavior, using the internet, using emails to threaten me. Some of you may know, others don't know maybe that I've used at least one of my platforms, Twitter, to document this kind of behavior, these kind of threats, which sometimes go on a daily basis. Emails threatening me. All you have to do right now, go on Davy Vara. Make sure it's an official account, please. The stalkers are the trolls, the haters, the losers. They're so disturbed and they're so fixated and obsessed with me, which is the whole point of this video, that they've actually made parody accounts, we can call it. Accounts trying to pass themselves off like they're me when they're not me. I only have one Twitter, Davy Vara. Make sure you're on the right Twitter account. Make sure you're on the right Instagram account. And I'll link them here. And I've used mostly Twitter up to now to document especially the emails I've been receiving pretty regularly in the last few months. And yep, and one of the trolls, which I see you guys addressing, is on here right now. I'm not going to acknowledge him by name, but this is an individual who for years, I want everyone to know this. The individual that keeps shining through on here, chiming in and commenting, is an individual who would, a few years ago when my boys were in elementary school, would sit outside, would park outside my children's elementary school and watch as I walk them in and out of the school. All you have to do is Google that individual's name, and a trough full of disturbing behavior from this individual will come up, including the most racist, the most disturbed, the most nastiest messages, comments. I ended up leaving Cop Block. I used to be a contributor for Cop Block. Some of my articles, I believe, are still up unless they took them down. And one of the main reasons I left was because this individual was using the Cop Black Forum. I haven't talked about this too much, was using the Cop Block Forum and the comment section to threaten and harass me and my family, especially he had a disturbing fixation with my young minor children, my boys, the ones he would watch as I would walk in and out of school. And of course, the Rochester, New York Police Department, because he's an individual with ties to the Rochester, New York Police Department, has friends who are sergeants and lieutenants in the RPD. And of course, they enable this individual. Which leads me to the question, which is the title of this video. Is law enforcement behind the threats to me and my family? What threats? Again, go on my Twitter. Go on my Twitter and look at some of the disturbing emails and messages that I've taken screenshots of and I've posted on my Twitter. Go on right now, please. The last one actually said basically not to come out of my home, that they're going to keep me hostage in my home, that they're going to cut my brake lines. This is the type of behavior that is going on, like I see law enforcement officers engaging in this activity. That could be a possibility, right? It's not law enforcement, so could it be someone with close ties to law enforcement? Another possibility could be there's a lot of eyes on all my social media platforms. Thank you, Robert. Richard Davy, a retired city cop, definitely being instructed from the top. Absolutely. Thank you, Tim. God bless you. Thank you. So again, this is something it's funny because when you're out here, you have the public image, and it's the Davy thing, and it's the Twitter, and it's the Instagram, and all this stuff, which, to be honest, guys, a lot of this shit can be superficial, and social media has this funny way of just being good and being bad, right? It's good because because not just me, but millions of people get their message out, right? As citizen journalists, which is what we all are, that use the internet, okay, as an alternative, not to rely on the news, to write about and talk about and expose things that the news, corporate America run news media, mainstream news media, right? Doesn't have the cojones, or many times doesn't have the cojones to talk about and expose, or many times they're on the payroll, right? Which is another subject we'll leave for another day, right? So social media could be good. The downside, the bad side to social media is the cowards that hide behind anonymous names, anonymous profiles, anonymous user accounts. Again, go on my Twitter, scroll through all the posts that I've posted lately, and they're real simple. I'm not trying to, how do you call it, sensationalize this. And if you notice on my tweets, I don't even put hashtags for these specific tweets of the screenshots of the disturbing emails and messages. I simply document it by saying received, and then I say the time. That's literally why I'm trying to use at least my Twitter platform, right? As a platform to document these incidents, which are happening more and more. Why? Because law enforcement has completely refused to do anything about it. When an ex-con who works as an informant for the RPD walked into a convenience store on Monroe Avenue in the city of Rochester a few years ago and was captured on surveillance video threatening to not only kidnap, murder, and decapitate my 5-year-old daughter, okay, and then place her head on the roof of my car. And it's on video. It was captured on video. The RPD, the Rochester, New York Police Department, reviewed the video. The Monroe County, New York District Attorney's Office reviewed the video, and yet they refused to do anything about it. Nothing. In fact, they told me that the incident, the threats, which were clear, again, that's not in dispute, irrefutable evidence, it's on video. They told me and my daughter's mother that the threats didn't even amount to a violation, didn't even amount to harassment, which is a violation. So this is nothing new. law enforcement in the Monroe County, New York area, including the Rochester, New York Police Department, including the Brighton, New York Police Department, including the Monroe County, New York Sheriff's Office, including the Monroe County, New York District Attorney's Office, is fully aware of these threats. And trust me, there is a lot of eyes on all of my social media platforms, including this right now, including Twitter, including Facebook. They know what is going on. They know. They see these threats. They see these threats, which at the very least is why I say whether or not law enforcement is directly behind these threats, meaning if it's law enforcement officers themselves, right, participating in it, right? Whether or not that is the case, at the very least, they're enabling it. I've posted the screenshots. I've even posted the emails. I've even posted the email addresses where these threats are coming from. Threats such as, we're outside your home, we're watching you, we watch you 365, 24/7. At the very least, they are aware of it. And so it's sad because since they've refused to do anything about it, you know, this is a very hypocritical country we live in, all right? With all this patriotism shit and all this stuff that people claim to be, no, I'm more American than you, and you go back to Cuba. I was born here. I'm an American. I was born right here. So not only is it un-American to knock another American's right to free speech, right? But it's the most hypocritical thing in this country when we have Amber Alerts and we claim as a society to care so much about children. Think about it. We care so much about when a child goes missing, and we should. Absolutely we should. But my point is, how can we be as a society so hypocritical as Americans where we claim to care and protect about our children, but yet nothing is done when an individual who's an ex-con with a criminal history a mile long can walk into a convenience store in the city of Rochester and be captured on video surveillance, threatening to kidnap, murder, and decapitate an innocent 5-year-old child? Think about that. You got that? Now, explain to me how you would make a case that law enforcement is not enabling these threats, that law enforcement is not enabling this disturbing behavior and this targeting of me and my family. My cars have been vandalized. My cars have been broken into. My family has been threatened. My children have been threatened. My children have been stalked at their school. Explain how you would make a case that law enforcement is not behind these disturbing threats, this targeting of me and my family and my children. Explain that. Because everything I see points to the fact that law enforcement is seeing these threats. Trust me, they're seeing it. And yet they refuse to do anything about it, which is why the only thing that I can do is document this behavior. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed day. Peace.